Hello there. Hello. Here I'm doing a Q&A. Okay, so every year around my channel anniversary, I normally do a Q&A. Now, most of the time, I do both a Q&A and a special channel video. But I do not have the time this year to do the special channel video. Well, I wouldn't have the time to do it even if I didn't do the Q&A, so it was either the Q&A or nothing, so I'm doing the Q&A. So yeah, this marks my, 6th year on YouTube? 6 years and I've barely gotten anywhere? Maybe I should just quit then. So around 2 weeks ago at this point? Yes, I think 2 weeks ago. I asked you, yes you, the idiot at home, to send in questions. And some of you did. And now I'm going to answer them. So we have, how many questions do we have? 13 questions. But that's not counting if multiple people asked multiple questions. Which a few of you have. You greedy bastards. So, let's cut straight to the chase and get right into it with our first question from my very good friend, Zane Reborn. And I'm totally not saying this just because he's holding a gun on my head. You have the power to keep any dinosaur from the Jurassic franchise as a pet, without any limitations to house it, okay? The only catch is every other dinosaur will try to kill you. Which dinosaur do you choose? Alright. So, without the factor of death, I would choose the Therizinosaurus because I want to hug the big tickle chicken. But since you're adding in that every single dinosaur in the franchise will try to kill me, and I presume the dinosaur will defend me from it, there's really only one choice. It's not even that obvious. It's Dreadnoughtus. Because, I'm pretty sure Dreadnoughtus is the biggest dinosaur in the franchise. So, either A, I choose something else that isn't Dreadnoughtus, and watch it die, and then watch myself die, or I choose Dreadnoughtus, it kills everything, and now I've got a pet Dreadnoughtus! But I feel like the only real competition that Dreadnoughtus would have would be from the hybrids like Scorpius Rex and Indominus. Well, carnivores at least, because now that you said that every single dinosaur is trying to kill me and the dinosaur, that includes Brachiosaurus. So, which means that the Dreadnoughtus will be fighting every single carnivore in the Jurassic franchise, every single herbivore in the Jurassic franchise, and a Brachiosaurus. I feel like I would be dead no matter what I choose. So yes, I choose Dreadnoughtus, because even though I'll probably die, at least I'll go out in style. And the next question is from Saurian CHY. If you have to pick a Mattel Jurassic toy to reincarnate as to lead a revolution against Lotso in the daycare in Toy Story 3, which will you pick? That is an oddly specific question. It's unique. I like it. But, Lotso is a bear. What here could kill a bear? What could I use to rip fur? What could I use to kill somebody? I don't have a clue. God, because in order to kill Lotso, I would need something sharp. A Mattel doesn't create a lot of things that are sharp. You know what I would reincarnate into? That new toy of the of the T-Rex that transforms into a car. I would choose to be that. Because A, I get to transform, and also so I can run Lotso over. While it probably wouldn't tear his flesh, it'll fucking squish him. So yeah, I'm becoming Dinosaur Truck. I can't believe this is a real toy. Like, whose idea was this? Whose idea was to go, yes, let's take Transformers, but instead of giant robotic people that transform into cars, let's have it be a dinosaur that transforms into a car. Just completely skip the middleman, literally. And now we have a question from some complete stranger, some complete loser, some complete inept social idiot called New Orca? And he has a open question for me. I have zero ideas for questions. Neither do I. That's why you lot are supposed to be asking them. What would you like to share with people about yourself, or a question you wish to be given to answer? I'm just going to take this as an open invitation to talk about anything. What do I want to talk about? What have I done recently? You know what? When people always talk about media, they always talk about, ooh, TV shows, ooh, movies. But there's always a key form of storytelling that everybody misses. Books. And to be honest, I can't really blame them. Because I suck at reading. Like, at school. I was the person who everybody would dread to start reading. Because when I would start reading the page, I would misread words, I would completely miss sentences, and just forget where I am on the page. Like, I would be halfway through a sentence, and then I would just be like, I forgot where I am. So yeah, I can't really blame people for not really talking about books, because a lot of people, including myself, don't really like reading. But, however, recently, there has been a book series that I got into. Like, if you were to ask me earlier this year that I started reading a book series, you would probably break your head open. But over the last month, I've been reading the book series Wings of Fire. Like, yay, yet another franchise aimed towards children that I enjoy as a 19-year-old man. And just last night, actually, I finished the final book of the first arc. But like, yeah, I'm really surprised how much I enjoyed it. Because like, I hate reading. Like, I hate sitting down to read like a massive page of words. Although, when I am reading Wings of Fire, I'll fully admit, I'm listening to the audiobook while doing it, because I still get lost on the page. But yeah, I'm really surprised how much I enjoy the series. And like, who would have thought? All it took to get me interested in reading a book series was to have it be about a topic that I like. Dragons. Although, even though I have finished the main books of Arc 1, I've still technically yet to incomplete it, because I haven't read the winglets yet. But I do have that ordered and coming in like a week or two. So then I'll finish Arc 1 and then move on to Arc 2. And, in case anybody is curious, my ranking of the books are, for number 5 is very easy for me, like, the very bottom. Like, I don't know how controversial this is in, like, the Wings of Fire community, but personally, I didn't really enjoy The Lost Heir. I just didn't really enjoy it. Like, well, I did enjoy it. It's just that I didn't really like it as much as previous ones. Because, like, for all the other books, it feels like something is constantly happening. But for book 2, it's you're stuck in the one building for the entire book, and Tsunami pretty much just walks around the place. Although the book was saved by like the last few chapters, like that fight in the hatchery. I love that. And another critique is that people say like, hey, it's a murder mystery. It is not a murder mystery. Like, vaguely it fits into the format of a murder mystery, but it doesn't really, because they don't really interrogate any subjects. Like, the only vague connection it has to a murder mystery is that Tsunami, throughout the book, only suspects 2 other dragons. She does flirt with other ideas of other dragons doing it, but most of the book she fixates on 2 specific dragons. But like, in a murder mystery story, that's not how it works. Although it sounds like I hated it. I didn't. I still liked it. But it wasn't as good as the other ones, in my opinion. So yeah, that's definitely at the bottom. Whew. Now the next 4 are tough because I really like all the other 4. Like, the other 4 are like even, but like it's a really good level of having them all at. But for my 4th one, it would probably be the 3rd one, Hidden Kingdom, which is surprising to me because Glory is actually my favourite dragonette out of Prophecy, because I find her really funny. But my main problem with this book is actually the opposite of book 2, which is that this book is like constantly jumping around the place, like, oh, we're here, and then, oh, we are here, and they stay there for a bit. And then it's like, oh, I'm trapped here, and they're free a chapter later. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place, but I like Glory as a character. And also, it introduces one of my favourite characters, which bumps it up a bit. Number 3 would probably be the first one for me, because like, I can't really go that much into it without spoiling it or getting users who don't read it too bored. But afterwards, after reading that book, I was like, damn, I actually really enjoyed this. I'm not really gonna go that much into it. I love Clay as a protagonist, and also it introduces my favourite character out of the whole series so far. Now the next 2 are really tough for me because I really I love these other 2, but my second spot is probably the Dark Secret, the 4th one, because I really enjoyed hearing about the Nightwing Island. Like, it's very unique compared to the other spots, and I really like hearing stuff like this as a character. I like him. And my favourite, it might be recency bias, but my favourite is actually The Brightest Night. Like, I don't know how unpopular this is throughout the community, but I really enjoyed The Brightest Night. Like, I loved going to the Sandwing Kingdom. Like, I adore the Scorpion Den. Like, it's so cool. The Scorpion Den is so cool. And Thorn is so cool. She's my second favourite character. I really liked hearing about Sunny's perspective, like, how it does go to the kind of assuming the worst at first, but then all of a sudden it switches to being the more optimistic version of herself, with her seeing the best in people. Like, throughout the previous books, all we hear is the optimistic, happy Sunny, but when we get inside her head, it's like, oh, she does think about the less happy situations, but she always thinks about the positives as well afterwards. And what usually comes afterwards is what she usually ends up saying. Like, yesterday, I had an hour left on the audiobook, and I was like, how on earth are they going to wrap this up in like less than an hour? But it did, and I think it did it really well. And also, the book contains my 3 favourite characters, and that's enough for me. There you go, that's a question that a lot of people are going to skip. Now, our next question is from Tyrant Lizard Productions. Now, I put thought into this one, because I actually had to think about this. best dinosaur movie outside of the JP/Jurassic World franchise. I thought for a while about this because for a while I couldn't think of one. Like, first off, there's a severe lack of dinosaur movies. And there's multiple reasons for that. Some of that is Jurassic's fault, some of it isn't. Most of it is based on the general public, in my opinion. But like for a while, I had to sit there and think about what other dinosaur movies are there. Like, what other dinosaur movies that are out there that I think are good. Because like the other obvious answer outside of Jurassic is the first Land Before Time movie. But you can already tell what I think by the look on my face, can't I? Can't you? I didn't grow up with Land Before Time. I was never shown Land Before Time as a child. I didn't watch it until like 2 years ago, and I'll be fully honest, I thought it was mid. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't have a nostalgic connection towards this movie. Like, it's beautifully animated, but like, I didn't care about any of the characters, and I didn't care when Bigfoot's mom died. Because like, she appears for like 2 minutes at the beginning of the movie and then fucking dies. There wasn't enough time for me to get connected to that character before she died. Like, that's the reason why I still get upset when Mufasa dies, because I like and care about his character. So then I was sat there thinking for a while, what other dinosaur movies are there? It got to the point where I had to Google dinosaur movies. It's like, to see the answer, to see what other dinosaur movies are out there. So my answer is Peter Jackson's King Kong. Google classifies it as a dinosaur movie, so will I. It's like, I love Peter Jackson's King Kong. Like, I think it's better than the original in my opinion. Like, a lot of people complain that, oh, it's too long, but like, I watch it, I'm well entertained, I'm dead good with it being 3 hours long. But Google also classifies Godzilla 1998 as a dinosaur movie, so by extension, that could classify Godzilla movies in general, in which in that case, Shin Godzilla. And then our next question is from Woody Sheriff 5957. What's your opinion on Disney's Dinosaur if you've seen it? Yes, I have seen it. I loved it growing up. I haven't watched it in like a decade. So like, whenever people ask me, ooh, what do you think of Disney's Dinosaur? Most of the time I just go, it's mid. But like, I haven't seen it in over a decade, so I shouldn't really answer the question in general. But I loved it growing up. I'll say that. I was obsessed with it growing up. Even though the movie is 4 years older than me. And then our next question is from Izai Kaijai 96221. I'm sorry for butchering your name. He has 3 questions. His first question is, do you speak Spanish? No. I do not speak a lick of Spanish. I'm so sorry. And like the only foreign words I know in another language is French. And that's because at my school I was forced to take 9 years of French classes, and I only know 2 sentences. I only know bonjour, je m'appelle Adam, and I know that 9 is nerf, because nerf or nothing. That's it. 9 years of being taught French at school, and I only know those 3 things. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't know Spanish. I'm British. We don't know anything about other cultures. And then the second question, are you actually a doctor? No, I am not. I called myself Dr. Indominus because it was the only username I could think of that kept where the beginning was short, but it kept the actual name as Indominus. What are your opinions on the Indominus Rex? If you couldn't tell, I like the Indominus Rex. I really like the Indominus Rex. In my opinion, it's definitely the best executed of the brand new, oh, big dinosaur in the Jurassic franchise, because the entire movie is structured around the Indominus. Like, the central moving force of Jurassic World is the Indominus. The entire movie takes place around the Indominus. But as the Jurassic World movies go on, the structure of the movie suits bringing in a new dinosaur less and less. Because, like, Fallen Kingdom, half of it takes place on an island, half of it takes place in the mansion. Now, the Indoraptor is kept inside that mansion, and is present throughout the entire mansion segment. Which, sure, it's fine. It could be better executed, but it could be worse. But then we get to Dominion. Now, for the record, I like Dominion. But Dominion is this world-inspired venture. And, like, the structure of that movie doesn't really need bringing in a brand new dinosaur. It doesn't really need an antagonistic dinosaur in general. But, like, maybe they were forced to put in a brand new dinosaur for toys and marketing reasons. We will never know why the Giga was chosen. We'll never know why it wasn't the Spino. We will never know why they put a new dinosaur in. Maybe it was their choice. Maybe they were forced to. We will never know. But as the movies go on, they suit bringing in a brand new dinosaur less and less. So yes, I think the Indominus is the best one, because that's the best executed one, and that's the one that suits the movie the most. And then our next question is from Primal Productions. You get to ride a dinosaur. What do you ride, damn it? Your mum! No, but as a actual question, if I could ride any dinosaur, a part of me is thinking, ooh, Dino-Kyrus, so I can hug it. So I can hug the giant forbidden tickle chicken. I thought I was almost done. We're barely halfway through. Okay, so our next question is from Jurgen. I like that name, Jurgen. Jurgen, 1395. What are your thoughts on the Hammond collection Carnotaurus? I really like it. Like, from the leaked images we have seen, it looks really good in my opinion. Like, I'm the kind of reviewer that doesn't really judge stuff on product images. I'm the kind of person who judges something when they get it in the hand. Because a lot of stuff changes from the promotional images that you see to what you get in hand. Some of those changes are good, some of those changes are bad. And I love that they're introducing the Voyager class for the Hammond collection. Now, our next set of questions is from Spikezilla. Now, they always seem to be Transformer themed, which I love. I love answering stuff that isn't dinosaur, because even though I love dinosaurs, I get to talk about stuff that I also love. And his first question is, what is your favourite Transformers movie? Now, I'll fully admit, this is blasphemy. I haven't seen the original 1996 movie. I just haven't. I wouldn't know where to watch it, even if I wanted to, which I do want to. So I'm only going to judge it on the live action movies, sadly. So, like, my favorite Transformers movie easily is Bumblebee. I adore Transformers Bumblebee. I love it. Like, Transformers Bumblebee, in my opinion, is everything a Transformers movie should be. Like, it doesn't have racism. It doesn't have fucking giant tits. It doesn't have, oh, look at this cool action car. It doesn't have military propaganda. It doesn't glorify war. It's just a nice little gentle movie. Like, yeah, most people love the movie just because of the opening scenes on Cybertron. And I can't really blame them, because that opening scene it's awesome. But most people forget that there's a movie after that. That movie after that is also really fucking good, in my opinion. I love Bumblebee. To be honest, I didn't really care about the character of Bumblebee until I watched Transformers Bumblebee. Like, after watching Transformers Bumblebee, I was like, yeah, I really like the character Bumblebee now. My ranking is Bumblebee, Rise of the Beasts, Dark of the Moon, 2007, and then the others. And his next question is, What got you into Transformers? Now, as for most people, yes, it was the Michael Bay Transformers movies, even though, I'll be fully honest, I don't really like them that much. Like, I like Dark of the Moon, and I like 2007, but, like, they're very far below Rise of the Beasts and Bumblebee in my opinion. I actually remember how I got into the franchise, like, I can see it in my head. I was watching TV with my parents one night. They were flipping through the channels, and I saw something cool on the screen. I was like, oh, cool, evil robots! I wanted to watch it. But my mom looked at the screen, saw what was happening, and was like, no, you do not, I'm not going to let you watch this. This does not look suitable for you. Because it was one of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. I'll fully admit, I got angry that, they won't let me watch the disgusting robot movie, and I went into the next room. And then my dad walked in like a minute later. He switched on the TV, put on the channel, and then I watched the movie. But the movie in question was Revenge of the Fallen. You know, the worst one. But all this happened just before Dark of the Moon came out, and like, I didn't see Dark of the Moon in cinemas. Instead, what happened with me is that I saw all of the toys on the shelves. And yeah, I got a lot of them. My parents were able to get me into Transformers Prime, which I'm so grateful. Transformers Prime is like my main introduction into the franchise. Because, like, Transformers Prime is my favourite Transformers show, despite how common of an answer that is. Like, yeah, I'm happy with Transformers Prime. That really got me into the franchise, into these characters, into the lore, and into the story, and into the morals. Because if I completely relied on Michael Bay movies, I would have a very different interpretation of the franchise, we'll say. Revenge of the Fallen was my introduction to the franchise, but Transformers Prime is really what got me into it. Now, question number 3. What is your favourite TF figure and character? I can't really answer what my favourite Transformers figure is, because I don't really have a favourite. Because... hold on a second. These are my Transformers. They're all in there. And, like, they are recent. Like around 3 years ago, I got back into Transformers. I rebooted my collection, and I started buying from the new stuff. And to be honest, I don't really have a favourite figure. I just have a lot of figures that I really like. Actually, hold on a second. Like an hour ago, just before starting this recording, I got Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. To be honest, it's not as good as I thought it would be. Like, the articulation is a bit naff, especially with the shoulders, and the legs work weirdly, because for human legs, it's one socket, it's one spot. It goes back and forward in the one spot. But with Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime, in order to move his leg forward, you have to pretty much dislocate his entire leg to move it forward. Like, it's weird. It's very weird how this thing works. I like it, but it's a weird little fella. But as for favorite character, the obvious answer is Optimus. It's like, Optimus Prime, he is my favorite fictional character of all time. Optimus Prime is the ultimate father figure. That's the whole point of Optimus Prime. Yes, he's this great noble warrior, but the whole point of Optimus Prime, that he's the morals of the franchise. He's the morals of the Autobots. He is the ultimate father figure. I believe stories make us better. I believe the characters in these stories inspire us as humans to be better. And Optimus, he is the prime example of that. Because, like, no joke, when I'm in a situation where I'm not really sure what to do, when I have two options, I think to myself, What would Optimus do? And just to clarify, I don't mean Bay versus Optimus, because if Optimus Prime was Bay versus Optimus Prime, my response to everything would be to destroy it. Like, yeah, Bay versus Optimus Prime. I don't really like him that much, to be honest. Like, yeah, he looks great most of the time. He's voiced by Peter Cullen. His speeches are fantastic. But, like, it's like somebody else wearing the skin of Optimus. Because his character, he's Grimlock. His character is Grimlock. Because Grimlock is Optimus Prime if he didn't have any of his morals. Like, that's what makes their dynamic so interesting. Like, they are on the same side, they have the same goals, but they have different ways of doing it, like Batman and Superman. Grimlock believes Optimus Prime is weak because Grimlock believes that Optimus isn't willing to do what it takes to finish the war. But like in the Bayverse movies, he goes around preaching Optimus Prime's morals while doing stuff that Grimlock does. Like, no wonder Grimlock has no character in Age of Extinction. Because Optimus Prime in the Bayverse movies is Grimlock. Like, many people in response to that go like, oh, it's a darker, gritty, anti-hero Optimus Prime. Like, yeah, I'm up for that. I'm all up for seeing a different interpretation of him. But the problem is, they still treat this, let's say, unhinged version of Optimus Prime as if he's the normal one. And people will also say that, oh, you don't want Optimus Prime to kill, but that's not realistic in a war. That isn't true. Because Optimus Prime does kill. Transformers Prime, the opening of Bumblebee. Optimus Prime does kill, but he does it cleanly. He does it right. He doesn't glorify it. Like, he does it clean, he does it right. But in Bayverse, he rips Grindor's head open. What did Grindor do? Okay, so question number 4. What do you think of Rise of the Beasts? I really liked Rise of the Beasts. Like, it's my second favorite Transformers movie. Like, although Optimus in that movie is a bit more leaning towards Bayverse, I'm fine with it. I do have my issues with it. Like, Optimus Prime's character arc could be a lot more defined, because there was obviously some stuff lost there. So yeah, I don't really have that much to say about Rise of the Beasts because I've already said so much about Transformers. But I really liked it. I hope we get more of it. I hope we get to see Stephen Cable Jr.'s trilogy. I hope so. I want to see more of it. And his last question about Transformers is, if you could have any dinosaur from the Jurassic Park or World movies to be a Transformer, which would you pick? Okay, I'm going to extend that to be like, what dinosaur would you want to be a Dinobot? Like, because in my opinion, yes, I adore the Dinobots, but like, they're a bit outdated, aren't they? Like, they're big, they're dumb, they're stupid. They're based off people's interpretations of dinosaurs from the 80s. Like, our interpretation of dinosaurs has changed so much. Shouldn't our representation of them change as well? Because, like, really? You have all the dinosaurs in the world, and you chose a Apatosaurus? Really? I would love to see a Therizinosaurus as a Transformer. I think that would be fucking sick. Like, just imagine how cool that would be. Like, it would transform, it would be huge. Instead of breathing fire, it would have massive Wolverine claws. Like, yeah, I want to see a Therizinosaurus Transformer. And our next question is from Anson? I believe it's Anson. Anson Jurassic. What are your thoughts on working with other YouTubers? I like working with other YouTubers. I don't really do it that often. Like, the only YouTubers I actively work with is Zane and Orca, because they're my friends. But like outside of that, I don't really do that much. I mainly just like do little things for a few people there and there. That's really it. So yeah, I like working with other YouTubers on stuff. It's a unique experience for me. And our next question is from the Grand Chaos Master. I love that name. Doctor, you have to give me one medication to ease my depression. Which one will you give me? An endless source of Jurassic media, a Dinosaur King acid trip, summon Ian Malcolm in my garage. What will I medicate you with? What will I give you as a prescription? As somebody who has experienced a Dinosaur King acid trip, I would not recommend it. But summoning Ian Malcolm inside your garage. Now, doing that, a person would be trapped in your garage. That's human trafficking, and that's illegal. So I guess the only answer is an endless source of Jurassic media. Which in that case, we all benefit, because then I get an endless source of Jurassic media. Ha! Screw your depression, I'm what matters. I'm joking. Shit, I'm about to run out of battery. Oh shit!
Tomorrow.
Hello! I'm recording this for next day because my camera ran out of battery because I spent too much time talking about Transformers and Wings of Fire on a dinosaur-centered channel. So anyways, we have 2 blocks of questions from 2 more people. And I have to say blocks because from Khalid, we have 20 questions from them. 20 bloody questions, mate! Maybe I should have put a limit then. Alright, so our first question from Khalid is, what's your favourite drink? I just drink water. I did try Coke once. I was in a group, and me and this one other guy never had Coke before. So, we both tried it. I got regular Coke, I think, and the other guy got Coke Light. I took one sip of it. I didn't like it. But then the guy sitting next to me, he took one sip and he just spat it back out. The table just turned brown. The difference between our reactions. I pulled like a weird face going, I don't like this. And then the guy sitting next to me, he just spat it out like a bloody Dilophosaurus. What's your favourite dino Mattel has produced? It's the Red Rex. I wrote a review for that like a couple months ago, and I still haven't made it. I do intend to, so I've had a lot on my plate at the moment. What's your top 5 favourite Godzilla movies? Now, yes, I love Godzilla. I adore Godzilla. I have a shelf up here, and I have 4 Godzillas on display, and there's like 3 in storage. But I'm a basic bitch for when it comes to favourite Godzilla movies. Like my favorite Godzilla movie of all time is Shin Godzilla. I adore Shin Godzilla. And then another basic bitch answer, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I adore King of the Monsters. King of the Monsters to me is everything that I would want in a heroic Godzilla movie. Even though, I'll be fully honest, I prefer Godzilla as a antagonistic force of nature than a hero, because he just works better that way, in my opinion. But it's really after that where it all becomes fuzzy, because I've seen a lot of the Toho Godzilla movies, but I haven't seen all of them. But my ranking next would probably go Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, because I love Godzilla vs. Destroyer. I think the soundtrack of that is fantastic. But what would number 5 be? I don't know what number 5 would be. I don't know beyond that. Number 5. What's your favourite dinosaur scene in all of Dinosaur King? The Quiet One's death. What's your favourite character in all of Dinosaur King? Tank. Because she doesn't fucking talk. What's your favourite movie of all time? Jurassic Park? What's your favourite anime? Now, this is where I'll fully admit I haven't, despite my body type, as you would assume, I have not seen a lot of anime. Like, I've seen Evangelion. Oh no, I don't really watch that many, so sorry, I can't really answer that question. What the hell happened to Khalid? They fucking died. Favourite dinosaur? Giganotosaurus. What's your favourite prehistoric animal in general that is not a dinosaur? Hold on a second. You said stuff that doesn't include dinosaurs. Pterosaurs aren't dinosaurs. Marine reptiles aren't dinosaurs. In that case, Philatodromius, because that's my favourite pterosaur. Who is your favourite fictional character? Transformers. Optimus Prime, as I went on a big rant about earlier. Would you say you're more of a King Kong fan or a Godzilla fan? Oh, look, I love both of them. I love Godzilla and Kong. But I would personally say that I am more of a Godzilla guy myself. Horror or sci-fi? Now, this one's kind of easy for me because I don't watch a lot of horror. Like, the horror movies I've seen recently, I don't know if you'd classify it as a horror movie, but I would, because I was petrified about watching it. Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, because I watched that on Christmas Eve night at once. And I was bloody horrified. I was frozen in fear throughout the entire movie. But due to how many horror movies I haven't seen, I'll probably choose sci-fi. How would you rank all 6 JP movies plus Camp Cretaceous? This is where people are gonna fucking murder me. Because I'm number 1, Jurassic Park. Number 2, Fallen Kingdom. Number 3. Now, number 3 and number 4 change every day. Like, in my opinion, Jurassic World and Lost World are basically the same level. So, like, today, I would probably rank The Lost World over Jurassic World. But that would probably change tomorrow. And so after 3 and 4, I would put Dominion, and then at the very bottom, Jurassic Park 3. Oh shit! I forgot Camp Cretaceous! Where the fuck would I put Camp Cretaceous? I would probably put Camp Cretaceous between The Lost World and Jurassic World. There you go. Favorite move card in DK from season 1? Papa. Cause he's so cute! Favorite move card in season 2 of Dinosaur King? Okay, I don't know the actual name of the species, but I really liked Mini-Me. Favorite non-anime DK dinosaur? Oh, I forgot what it's called. I made a joke about it one time. The bloody villain from the theoretical season 3. And lastly, what's a kaiju crossover that you'd love to see on the big screen, besides Godzilla vs. Gamera? Bold to assume Godzilla vs. Gamera would be up there, because I haven't seen a single Gamera movie. But what's a crossover that I'd love to see? Pacific Rim vs. Godzilla. Now that's probably a very popular one, but like, I love Pacific Rim. I don't love Pacific Rim Uprising. I really like Pacific Rim The Black, and I just want to see more from World of Pacific Rim. And I would pay a lot of money to see Gypsy Danger fight Godzilla. And our last question is a unexpected one. Our next question comes from Kermit the Frog, and they ask, when's the next episode of your Prehistoric Planet series? Now, just for the record, I don't think they're referring to, like, the Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV. I think they're referring to my old show that I made called Prehistoric Planet, which was basically a dinosaur documentary told with figures that took place on another planet that wasn't Earth that just so happened to have dinosaurs. But when's the next episode? Sadly, never, because I haven't... the last episode was like 4 years ago, and I made like 2 episodes and that's it. Although, I did script a 3rd episode, I just never made it. Although, I have had passing interest in like revisiting, not Prehistoric Planet, but revisiting like the whole medium of toy films being told with figures, but no promise that I ever will. Is that it? Huh. That's it. I've got 6 minutes left and my camera is about to run out of battery again, and I am complete. So, thank you all for your questions, and sorry for going on about Wings of Fire and Transformers for so long. But hey, I don't have a release for those kind of things, which is why I talk about them so much whenever I get the chance. Like, the only thing that I have a release for is dinosaurs, which is probably why in this video I didn't really talk about dinosaurs extensively, because I already talk about them a lot. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting me over the last year. So yeah, thank you for supporting me. And here's to year 7. I have been doing this channel for 7 fucking years.